are joined in studio by WWE superstar, the A-lister, The Miz. Miz, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it.
You missed the biggest thing about me right now.
Intercontinental champion, yes.
I mean, I have a match at Battleground this Sunday at the Verizon Center, and you didn't even mention my Intercontinental Championship.
Well, we are.
I brought it here so you can hoist it, so you can see it, so you can observe it, take pictures with it.
Am I allowed to hold it at any point?
I might let you. If this interview goes well, then yeah, sure, maybe.
Well, I got to tell you, Miz, how we looking? How you feeling going into your matchup with Darren Young, who the theme now is Make Darren Young Great Again? He's with Bob Backlund. Are we going to see a skull-crushing finale on Darren Young?
Bob Backlund is a legend in the WWE, a Hall of Famer, two-time WWE champion, had the title for 6 years, which is unheard of. Hasn't happened, I think, since. And to have him in the corner of Darren Young is a very valuable asset for Darren Young. However, you can't teach a guy experience, and that is what I have over Darren Young. I've been through the wars and battles of WWE. I've held 14 championships. I know how to keep a championship, and I plan on keeping this title for a very, very long time. So at Battleground, I think Darren Young's going to give me a very good competition. However, I'm always going to come out on top. Come on now.
Well, and not only that, Miz, you're forgetting somebody that's in your corner. You are the it couple with Maryse. Tell me what's it been like having Maryse in your corner now, because it's been 2016, quite frankly, the year of the Miz. You've won it, or you didn't win at WrestleMania, but
came close.
Came very close.
Won the next day.
Won the next day, then defended your title on SmackDown against Zack Ryder. So what's it been like having Maryse back in the ring with you?
When you have your wife by your side, it gives you a whole new confidence. And I'm not in one of those relationships where I'm like, oh, I don't want to see my wife. I want to be around my wife. I want to hang out with her. She's my best friend. We talk about everything. And now to have her on the road, because a lot of what you don't see on TV is us traveling 300 miles to the next city and basically putting on shows each and every day. Now I get to hang out with my wife and be with her. It just generates a whole new confidence. And having her in my corner, I kind of want to show off. I don't know. I'm still that guy that's one big show off. And so I'm showing off in front of her most of the time.
Well, and you say you're a big show-off. I haven't really heard as much about the moneymaker lately. I feel like you're not protecting that as much. Is it?
I try to protect as much as possible, but AJ Styles knocked my teeth out of my mouth, so it's kind of hard to talk about your moneymaker. I feel like if I talk about my face as the moneymaker, then people will target it more. And so I try to draw that away because I don't want that target. I have to do movies. You know, I just got done filming Marine 5 Battleground, which will be out early next year. So it's one of those situations where I'm trying to not draw too much attention to my face.
And you mentioned that you just got done filming a movie. I know you did Santa's Little Helper, and we talked back in December. What is it like being able to juggle being a movie star, being a WWE superstar, maintaining a successful marriage? How do you? And you're in here
Dream
today.
come true, man. I'm living the dream. I get to do interviews all day today, all day tomorrow, setting up for our huge pay-per-view at Battleground, which you can see on the WWE network now, which if you don't have it already, go to WWE.com and get it. But I mean, it's one of those situations where this has been a dream of mine. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I was running around the house putting streamers on my arm, painting my face like the Ultimate Warrior, cutting promos to my mom going, load the spaceship with the rocket fuel. And my mom would be like, what are you talking about? I'm the Ultimate Warrior, Mom. You know, and so now to have a title that the Ultimate Warrior, my hero, held is an honor, and it makes me want to hold this title for much, much longer.
So when you were coming in here, a lot of people out there on the newsroom floor were talking about, oh, The Miz, real world star from before. But correct me if I'm wrong, but you kind of went back to the basics after the real world. You were wrestling in Canada and all over the world trying to get to where you're at today.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of, I guess, take me for granted. They think that I went right from the real world right to WWE. They were like, oh, WWE just called them up and said, hey, we want to give you a contract because you were on the real world. And that was further from the case. If anything, it made it much harder to get on, because once you're on a reality show, you're supposed to be good for nothing. That's all you're supposed to be good at. You're supposed to have no talent. You're just good at living your life on TV. But I didn't want to be known for that. I wanted something more. So I went on an independent wrestling scene and started wrestling. I went to acting classes, improv classes, anything that I thought could make me a valuable asset to WWE, I was doing before I got signed. And so it took me about 4.5, 5 years to get there. But now I'm here, and I've been working ever since. People said when I first got to WWE that I would be fired within 3 months. Here I am 10 years later holding an Intercontinental Championship going into Battleground, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for the 5th time as well, we want to mention too. SmackDown, that's where you were drafted. You're going to be working with Daniel Bryan. You're going to be working with Shane McMahon on a regular basis. And a lot of the veterans that we all know well, Randy Orton, John Cena, your friend Dolph Ziggler are also joining you there. How pumped are you to be part of SmackDown?
I'm really excited. You know, I really have been excited about, ever since they've been talking about this draft. You know, lately we've been doing, Raw and SmackDown, and now they have separate rosters. Raw's on Monday nights. Tuesday nights is SmackDown Live, and they're both live shows, and they both have different rosters. So now it gives you a whole new, different dimension and different superstars to really work with. I mean, you got AJ Styles, who is absolutely phenomenal in the ring. You got, like you said, John Cena, Randy Orton, all on the blue side. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see what happens with the dynamic between Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, especially because Daniel Bryan and I have such history. I was his pro on NXT when he first came into WWE and kind of guided him through his entire career. I like to take credit for his entire career. Granted, he did work very, very hard to get where he is today, and hopefully we can work together and find some same common ground.
One of the things I got to ask you, too, for Ophi, my man back over there, because he says that you, being that you're on the road constantly, you're working constantly, how do you fit in? What are your workouts like so you can maintain a wrestling body, and what is your diet like? Because I'm sure it's probably tough to eat, healthy meals all the time.
Well, I woke up this morning and I told my PR people, I was like, listen, we need food. And they were like, well, we're not hungry. I'm not hungry. And I was like, well, I'm hungry. Can we get myself a 6-egg white omelet with avocado, mushrooms, tomatoes, peppers, and I think and turkey sausage. So I got a good, healthy meal, and now I'm ready to start my day. Now, the girls are dragging, by the way. I have to say, they're standing right here. As you can see, they're dragging. They're tired, they're worn out, they're exhausted. I'm ready to go because I ate a nice healthy meal. They didn't want anything. I said, you guys can have pancakes, you can have French toast. They didn't want it.
Now you got to fuel up, man, when you're the A-lister. All right, I'm going to ask you one last question. Would you rather be booed as a heel or cheered as a face? Because honestly, man, you're one of the best heels in the company.
Nowadays, everyone's cheered besides me. That's what I think. Whether you're a bad guy or a good guy, I think nowadays it's just a blend. And I take pride in making sure that everyone can't stand me. And I make sure that I do things that will make you absolutely despise and hate me. And I do it backstage, too, to see if it works. That's how I test everything out. Test everything out on WWE Superstars to see if they get annoyed by it. If they get annoyed by it, guess what? WWE audience is going to get annoyed by it too.
Well, keep telling the WWE brass to include you on commentary because that's where I probably enjoy you the most. Is
really?
When you're, I love when you're up there with JBL and Michael Cole and all those guys. And
I enjoy
keep
commentary.
gloating.
The only problem is I feel like once I start doing it, they go, "Oh, he's really good at commentary. Let's keep him there." And I'm like, "No, I'm a WWE superstar. All right, I'll do commentary later."
All right, Miz. Good luck this weekend in your match.
Thank you very much. And other matches on this Battleground card are, there's some tremendous matches. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, you got Seth Rollins, the Architect, versus Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns, which is going to be an incredible match. You got John Cena, Big Cass, and
Enzo Amore,
versus the club and AJ Styles. It's going to be a great match. So you have a lot of really high-profile matches that you're not going to want to miss. So definitely get your tickets. There's those $25, so definitely get them.
Hey, one more thing. You're going to wrestle with Dolph Ziggler anytime soon as a
I
tag
hope
team?
so.
I think maybe you and Dolph could be tag team
You think
champions.
so?
Yeah. Although they try.
I think our egos would collide.
He's still a face too, and you're still technically a heel. So that's the only thing that
I don't think that matters anymore.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's all different dynamics. So thank you very much. Great interview, man.
Thanks, Miz.